Excellent, here we go. Major stage now. I've got the covering material for the wing, which is a pretty good match for what's already there. And instructions. It is in fact Oratex, and it's not cheap. I've got to cover the bottom first, which is what I'm looking at. Incidentally, the hole at the front where the original aileron servo was and hiding under the covering, I've blocked in with 1/4 inch balsa, and I've covered it with CA because I want to stick some Velcro on there and mount a camera, just move it about. So the structure is sanded and wiped down, and it's ready to go, ready to cover. So what I'm going to do is mount the camera. Okay, I've got a sharp scalpel blade, I've got my sharp scissors. Just mark myself a cut line. I'd like to put some registration marks on it of some sort, jolly it up a bit. Go up to this end, follow me along. There. Because this is under cambered the bottom, so I've got to stick it down to each and every rib. Right, now I'm going to go down on each rib. Before I do that, I'm going to go along the main spar. That's the air brake. Doing the bottom first will give me good practice to do the top. Now I'm going to stick it down to each rib, start in the middle roughly. I'm going to keep the heat off of the fabric because I don't want it to shrink yet, because if it shrinks I'm not going to stick it to the rib. So I'm trying to keep the bulk of the iron off of the fabric, just the rib. This is fun. Now I've got to go around the air brake. I've got solid sheet around there, up to there, a little bit at the end, and then to back. Actually, one of the good things about this covering material is it's really thick, so it covers up a multitude of sins, and this wing has a multitude of sins. It's been repaired on the leading edge, not brilliantly, acceptably I suppose, but I don't know what's under that leading edge sheeting, ply sheeting, so, but it survived one nasty accident, so presumably it's of a reasonable quality repair. There's a little trick you can use when you can't get down inside, say the gap, because I'm not taking the aileron off, what I can do is to heat the blade on the sole of the iron and then use that as a mini iron, but it will cool very quickly, so I've had to push the temperature of the iron right up to 150 to get as much heat into the blade as possible. Let's try that. Right, I think it's time to trim the edges and then I can shrink it, because I've got some white left over. I could put some sort of white stripes or something on the rudder. Look quite fancy, wouldn't they? Now I've got some white covering. Been a most enjoyable challenge, actually. Enjoyed doing this. Do generally find actually that you need a little bit more heat to stick to plywood. Right, for the camera, that's what I've done on the root rib, so I've left most of it clear. Now I'm just going to have another go at those ribs prior to shrinking. Because I'm doing 2 ribs at once, it is actually shrinking it because I'm stretching the material between. It's quite warm. Okay, good. Let's activate the air brake. That just about covers the underside of the wings, guys. It's not a bad colour match, but it's a good job done. So what I'll do now is to have a go at the top part of the wing, which isn't nearly as complicated because it's not under cambered, and then I'll come back to you as I'm nearing the completion of that, and we can see how it's all going. Okay, so thanks for watching, and hit the like button down below if you're learning anything here, and I'll see you in a minute. I think that's okay. Okay, wing finished. Job done. Colour match isn't too bad. It's visible, but there's a bit of sheep doodahs from the last session. I I'll get the other wing out and have a look at it, make sure it's as good as it can be, and then we'll be ready for next spring when the weather improves and the lockdown is over. If you learned something, hit the like button. Helps with the analytics, helps the video to get shared more by YouTube and spreads the gospel of model aeroplanes. See you in the next video, so take care out there, and let's see what my next project's going to be. Thanks for all your comments, and see you in the next one. Cheers.